Hi, I'm Keegan, and this is A Bunch of Gamers. This is our 129th episode of Werewolf the Apocalypse 20th Anniversary Edition, Heat-Seeker. I'm going to go around and have my players introduce themselves.
I'm Tyler, and I play Kyle, also known as Guards the Low. He's a Philodox of the Children of Gaia.
Hi, I'm Sam. I play Cora. She's an Aruna in the Get of Fenris.
Hi, I'm Adam. I play Mark Guides the Fallen, and he's a Thurge of the Children of Gaia.
Hi, I'm Sean. I play Zeb Speaks-in-Sweet-Whispers. He is a Theurge of the Silent Striders.
Hello, my name's Thomas. I play Dimitri Howls-In-Memory, Lupus Galliard of the Bone Gnawers.
Hi, my name is George. I am playing William Grows-Matrices. He is a Fostern Arun of the Glasswalkers.
Last time, the Pax entered the cyber realm looking for a spark of reality so that Matias could recreate the White Howler homeland by stabilizing a new world crafted by Flux. Entering the world, the Pax slowly made their way to Uptown to deal with the Spider Lords and find the spark of creation. Smashing through the pipelines that bring the sparks from the deep Umbra, the Pax were attacked suddenly by various spirits and a cybernetic Garou, likely the one named Heat-Seeker. As the spirit rushes towards them, the Pax now must prepare for battle. But before he gets there, you are all able to activate one gift, which is good because from the computer terminal, you see manifest spiders and two strange, infinitely changing chains of numbers and geometric shapes as they are being called, as you see a big emergency signal pop up on that terminal and likely on every terminal in the city as everything goes into high alert. So I'm just going to go around and have people activate gifts if they want. Thomas, are you going to activate any gifts for Dimitri?
I did have a question. In the description for Song of Heroes, it does say it takes several minutes to activate. Mm-hmm. Would I still be able to pull it off, or is it not enough time?
Not enough time.
Okay, alright. I thought so.
So any other gifts you'd use?
None that I can think of, no.
Okay. Tyler, is Kyle activating any gifts? Or his new gift?
Luna's armor lasts a scene.
Okay.
Can I end it at will?
Yes.
Okay, then Luna's armor.
Alright, give us a roll for that. Alright, 2 additional soak. And Sig, is Mark activating any gifts, or one gift, his one gift, I should say.
He too will activate Luna's armor.
Alright, give us a roll. So you have 4 soak, or 4 additional soak.
Okay, so 4 additional soak, and it's only with those 4 dice that can soak silver.
Correct.
Okay, cool.
And then, George, what's the one gift William's gonna activate?
So I'm trying to figure out, do I do Razor Claws or Steel Fur? And I think I want to do Steel Fur.
Okay.
I think. Yeah, I'm just going to do Steel Fur. So spend a point of willpower. I think I want to mulligan that.
Okay.
It's so early. No, I'll leave it as is.
Alrighty. And Sean, any gifts, or what's the one gift for old Zebulon?
Spirit Ward.
Spirit Ward. Perfect.
Aha! Alright,
Alright.
so this is within 100 feet, it's -2 dice per roll. Within 50 feet, they lose 2 points of essence per turn.
Alright, perfect.
Yep.
Awesome. Alright, so now we will get initiatives, please. And this initiative will count the -1 from Thomas's roll, so it will be... So he'll have -1 to that, but that means he'll have 2 turns in combat of that, not 3. Kyle, what are you doing round 1?
I'm going to activate Flow Like Water, spend a rage to activate, and that's a willpower, so...
Okay.
And that doesn't require a roll, so it's just an instant activation. But
I'm going to spend a rage to dodge, spend a rage to activate Parabellum, and attack Spider 2.
Flower Bite.
Claw, please.
Zeb, not the last one in initiative. This is a first. I understand if you need a minute.
I might need to collect myself. This has rather overwhelmed me. One Power Gamer question. Does Battle Mandala stack with Spirit Ward?
Yes.
Alright then. Battle Mandala.
And that costs a Gnosis, right?
Correct, sir.
Perfect, thank you. Dimitri, what are you doing?
I am gonna use distractions on Stasis Vector 1 because that sounds big and dangerous, and I'll spend a rage to dodge.
I will. Let's see, we got a handy dandy little anti-spirit ward in Zeb happening right now, so I think maybe I can help out with Spirit Snare on another spider.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's see here. Where's the other spider?
So you want Spider 1 then?
Yeah, I want to do Spirit Snare on Spider 1. And that's just a spend of Gnosis, I believe, and a roll.
Cool. Spider 2 is going to activate the gift Blast and fire at Kyle. Spider 1 is going to blast at Mark. Stasis Vector 2 is going to activate the gift Stasis on Zeb, and and specifically on Zeb's Gnosis. If this gift succeeds, Zeb is unable to activate anything supernatural based on that stat for a number of turns rolled.
All right.
And Stasis Vector 1 is going to activate Stasis on Dimitri for distractions, meaning the same thing. And so any activation of that gift will automatically fail.
Oof.
William.
Can I roll my int roll
Yes.
for
Yes, you may. Roll that real
Heat-Seeker?
quick. Yep, so it'd be...
Int what?
We're just going to do int, because I don't think you have got Garou lore.
Nope. Okay.
But it'll still be diff 7.
Gotcha.
It seems likely that Heat-Seeker knows who you are, so you've gained some notoriety in the Purge, but out of all the names of major Cyberdog criminals, Heat-Seeker is not a name you're familiar with. You've never heard of a Heat-Seeker before, yet this is a clearly high-ranking Garou, given that they have at least access, according to Cora, to an Athro gift, meaning that their Garou name may have changed recently.
So my thinking on that is it could be a Garou that was being tested on and has since maybe transitioned from maybe one tribe to another, or to maybe the Glasswalkers.
That is your theory.
That's my thinking.
That's your theory.
Okay. I want to dodge,
Okay.
and then I want to charge after Heat-Seeker and grapple them to the ground.
Okay. Cool. Heat-Seeker is going to spend 3 points of rage. Get 4 actions. 1 will be a dodge. 2 will be using... cool. Is going to activate the gift True Fear on William. And then is going to spend the next action moving full speed towards Mark and do a full automatic burst at Mark, close range, which adds 10 damage dice to the roll. So we will activate True Fear first. So what is your willpower, William? 5?
5.
Ooh, that is not great, as this is a strength intimidation roll.
Yeah.
He is in Hispo, so his strength is 7, and his intimidation is 5. He's an natural. You gotta have good pulls, man. So that's 12 dice. William, you are cowed from attacking, but capable of dodging, as you feel absolute terror shoot through you. It feels like your insides liquidate and start leaking out your ass well enough to where you might want to check yourself. All right, Mark, you're not dodging.
Nope.
And full auto, I think, adds +2 difficulty to the attack roll. That's 6 rollover. The Gatling gun has a damage of 10, so roll soak. You take 2 points of aggravated damage.
Ooh.
As they're spiritually imbued bullets. And all right, William, you lose the action to grapple as you get frozen in place. All right, next is the stasis vector, and stasis is the... All right, Dimitri, what is your willpower?
7.
All right, you lose access to the gift for 1 turn. All right, and the next stasis vector, going after Zeb. Zeb, what's your willpower?
6.
Wow, you lose access to spending Gnosis for 7 turns.
All right.
Holy fuck.
Yeah. At least we got the one big effect off before combat started. You know.
Right, yeah, fair. All right, with that, so first spider is firing at... The spider one is blasting Mark. So Mark, just roll soak. As you soak it.
I'm so glad I got Luna's armor now. Hell yeah.
And then the next spider blasted Kyle. And you soak that. As you all notice that these spiders seem extra powerful. Mark and Zeb, you recall that all Weaver spirits are 150% their normal essence rating in the cyber realm, which translates to their health and their ability to activate their gifts. All right. Mark, go for that spirit snare.
Will do. Intelligence occult. Whoa!
All right. So, spirit snare, what's that do again?
It's just -2 willpower to any combat action.
Okay.
Let's
Or physical action, you mean?
reduces the spirit's effective willpower by 2 for the purpose of all combat actions for the rest of the scene.
Got it.
Multiple applications don't stack.
Got it. All right, perfect. So, awesome. So there is that. Dimitri, as you've lost access to your distractions, you try, and the bounty of Gaia just stops as you feel a barrier between you and your own being. Zeb, you have the same issue, and you're going to be having the same issue for several turns. And Kyle. All right, Spider's not dodging. All right, and so you did 3 damage. Perfect. All right, and Kyle, what are you going to do this turn?
I don't know. Well, I mean, I'll definitely dodge at least. So what is obviously the... Okay, actually, first a question if I have access to this knowledge. If the stasis vector that put stasis on Zeb died, would that effect go away early?
You don't know.
Okay. So I guess normally I would want to go after Heat-Seeker if this were not a rank challenge, right? So I mean, George, how do you want us to handle that? Like out of character, how do you want that handled so that we don't kill him?
Right. So my current theory is to rip off a lot of the cybernetic enhancements, and this is out of character, and that would kind of remove a lot of the Weaver hold. Correct me if I'm wrong, Keegan, because I'm probably mixing that up with Roy, because I know Roy's rank challenge was to get the arm to be removed from somebody. And
yeah, fights on rooftops.
Yeah, fights on rooftop, and that removed the Weaver's hold long enough so that way they were conscious of what was going on.
You can try that, but looking at this particular cyberdog, all their limbs seem to be cybernetic. Their skin seems to have cybernetics, and their eyes are glowing as if they are powered by machinery.
Yes, Thomas?
I remember Keegan mentioned a description of when Kyle used Dazzle on Heat-Seeker. There was like a shock probe that activated to snap Heat-Seeker out of it. Could probably target those shock probe things and see if that would work.
That's an idea. Honestly, that's a great idea. My issue in character is that I am out of commission for 7 full turns at this point. It was 8 from last one, but it's 7 now. So I'm not going to be able to do anything for my rank challenge until then, except if I'm going to start...
Anything offensive. You can still defend yourself, and you can act in ways that are true fear. So you could ask questions, but they have to be the... I don't want to use the word pathetic, but like the most like, why do you hate me? Why? Like you can do that. Like that's
right. I can RP it and then chat with him. I just can't attack or like or participate in half the combat.
So you can't attack, but you can try other things.
Okay. So I go with Thomas's idea. Target the shock probes, try and rip them off or damage them, and then dazzle him.
So Kyle, is that the strategy you want to go with?
If you want to say some of that out loud and in character, maybe, because we didn't talk about it at all beforehand.
Right. Okay. Now how can I say that while I'm paralyzed by fear?
Dazzle him, dazzle him, dazzle him, dazzle him! He's got little shock things, dazzle him! I'm not joking, man.
Yeah, like manic, quick sentences, yeah.
You're shitting yourself, like just incoherently rave a basic strategy.
Okay.
But we'll do that on your turn, so Kyle won't be able to do that this turn.
Gotcha.
So knowing that, Kyle, maybe you want to attack the spider that was attacking you, just as you little shit.
Sure. Yeah, well, I'm right next to spider. Oh, that's the one I'm already attacking. Then yes, of course. So I'm going to dodge, spend a rage to attack that spider again with claws.
Perfect. Zeb.
Alright, I will transition to a new level of useless. I will spend 2 rage to dodge and attack twice on old spider number 2, and what I will do is I will hold my action to act simultaneously with Kyle.
Alright. Dimitri.
I'm gonna dodge and spend a rage to join in on the spider smashing with Zeb and Kyle.
You might want to help Adam.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, well, so team up on that spider.
Remember, they all look very beefy. All the spiders.
Oh, fair.
Like 150% normal
also keep in
rating.
mind, Heat-Seeker is living up to his name and is on a direct path to me and had already let loose an automatic volley at me.
With hands full of thunder, so he doesn't have to reload.
Yeah, so it's just...
Yeah.
Oh, no, alright then, maybe we're taking one at a time. You know, one dead is better than none.
Yeah, my line of thinking was like, since I can't use distractions for this turn.
No, we're stomping on this thing, absolutely.
Alright. Mark, what are you doing?
Firstly, I'm going to spend a willpower to activate resist pain. Then I'm going to spend a rage to dodge. And then for my action, I'm thinking I need to grapple Heat-Seeker.
Go for it.
Yeah, we will grapple Heat-Seeker.
And then we got Spider 2. They're gonna just blast Kyle again. Spider 1 is also going to keep its action and blast Mark. Stasis Vector is going to... It's going to use Stasis on Mark for resist pain. Stasis Vector 1 is going to use Calcify on Zeb at a -2 difficulty, as they are now in range. Or not difficulty, to die pull. All right. William, what are you doing?
I would like to dodge.
Okay.
And then run towards Zeb and Dimitri and use our pack tactic with the new one, Dance of Gaia, is what I'm calling it, and tossing them around.
Okay. They're going to have to be aware of that, so...
And then
it won't activate this round, it'll be next round.
Okay. And then from there, as I'm rushing towards them, I'm going to say, Devil Shark, Devil Shark, Devil Shark!
Alright, perfect. And you'll need to spend 1 point of rage for the run.
Okay.
Heat-Seeker is going to spend a point of rage to fire full auto twice at Mark, and not going to dodge, and is going to hold his action to spend 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rage to activate Electroshock the second he grapples him, sending a huge course of electricity and dealing 10 points of electrical aggravated damage that he will have to soak. So, first, de-roll.
Dodge.
Yes. Which is a diff 8, because it's a gun.
Okay.
Oh, that's a terrible roll. You might dodge the first one, Mark. You do not. That's okay. So now you get to roll soak. Please soak. You take 4 points of ag as the bullet starts spraying over you.
Ooh.
And his second attack.
Dodge.
As you try, you jump, soak. As you notice the Gatling gun is starting to get like white hot. As you take 2 points of ag.
And I'm frenzying.
All right, roll rage, diff 8.
Rage, diff 8.
2 health, so you heal 2 points as you jump out of the way and the gun just streaks across as both your legs get blasted off in the gunfire. You land, the bullet starts smashing into your face as you see chunks and sparks of Luna's light fly into the air along with chunks of your skull before you turn and look up as you see bone growing underneath the wounds as brain gets pulled back into your skull, teeth regrow, your snout gains a little bit of skin but absolutely no fur as you now have a deep scar on your face, and your legs fall next to you. You grab them instinctively and they instantly reseal, and you have both your legs as you stand up rickety until finally your kneecap regenerates underneath your skin and you see the bulge pop into place as the bone reforms. William goes streaking through the city, screaming loudly to the bosom of his packmates. All right, calcification, so that is I think it's based on your rage. Yes, so Zeb, you roll rage, diff 6, and they roll rage, and they roll willpower, which is 8 in your field.
And it's base diff? I'm sorry.
Yep, base diff. You resist. All right. And stasis on Mark's resist pain, which is worthless now, but we'll roll it all the same. What is your willpower?
7.
No, so nothing. So that didn't go off. So next we have the spider that's going to attempt to blast Mark, which is a rage roll, not a willpower roll. And you get to roll soak, Mark, and you soak it. All right, and this one is within Zeb's field. So next is the one attacking Kyle. Actually, this one loses 2 essence because they're in the field as well, the one that's near Kyle. So we'll do -2 essence for that. And I need a soak roll from Kyle. And you take 2 points of aggravated damage. All right, Mark, roll me, we're gonna say 1d10. There is a 30% chance that you will switch to a claw attack. So if you roll a 1, 2, or 3, you will claw instead of trying to grapple in your frenzied state.
All right, rolling 1d10.
All right, you're grappling.
All right, grapple. All right, so let's see here. So the willpower is spent for activating resist pain now.
Doesn't matter, you're in a frenzy, too.
Oh, okay, that's right. All right, so grapple, Heat-Seekers.
You grapple, and now I need you to soak as a blast of electricity comes off Heat-Seeker. And it's levels, not dice. So it's 10 levels of ag.
Oh, jeez.
So you'll need to roll 8 successes, or someone's going to have to try and heal you before your action.
Oh, jeez. What's the difficulty? 6?
6.
All right. Oh, boy. Cross the fingers.
Not quite. As you get blasted and you get launched back, heart defibrillation, basically, in Krynos, as you're shaking and you're shifting into Hamid, you will need to be healed before the start of your turn next turn, or Mark will have passed.
Oof. Sorry, guys.
I mean, you soaked up 5 points of his rage.
Woo.
Such a great gift. All right. You now have Dimitri. You're holding your action. Everyone, so now it is Kyle first. Kyle, because of everyone helping, you'll get a -2 to your difficulty.
Well, I've got other stuff to do now. So I suppose I'm going to be spending a willpower to change my action.
Okay, give that a try first.
Oh, let me spend it. I don't want to forget.
Diff 8. You change it.
All right, so I am going to Mother's Touch, Mark.
Okay, intelligence, empathy. Mark, what's your current rage?
3. Give me them heals, please.
You heal 4 points of aggravated damage.
Woo.
Your resist pain is also still activated, as is your Luna's armor as you collect. But you are on the ground in Hamid form, looking up at the static sky, and Kyle licking your face. All right, with that, Zeb and Dimitri, make your attack rolls. You're at a -2 difficulty still, as you are aiding each other in this. Nice, that's all roll over Zeb. I'll roll a soak for the Zeb one first. 6.
5.
So 5, and then Dimitri, if you could roll your damage roll, please. You did 8 points of damage.
Nice.
All right, Zeb, second attack. Soaked. You slice, and sparks come off the mechanical carapace, as you do see, like, alarm bells starting to, like, go throughout the city. In the distance, you see giant glass scorpions starting to head your way. They'll be here in about 5 turns. You're in the rich part of town. Cops come quick.
They do.
Gotta
I live
protect that
across from the
capital.
rich town.
Gotta protect that capital.
Yeah, I live.
Anyway.
I live across the rich neighborhood. It's nuts.
We might need to run.
Well, yeah. All right, Kyle.
Yes.
Kyle, what are you doing this round?
Well, I'm interested to hear what Sean has to say.
I mean, we might need to run and fight this thing, not right here, especially if Matias/Cora is carrying the spark and they're running right now. If we stay here for that long, and those things get here, William still can't act. Zeb can't channel Gnosis, and Mark already died once. Like we're twice. Yeah, we're not going to keep. If those stasis vectors kind of continue to push, we're not going to fight through it in 5 rounds when they get here. Look at this. I mean, it took Dim and Zeb and you theoretically all triple teamed one thing, and we didn't kill it yet. Heat-Seeker will probably keep chasing us. Running away from here might be, now everything else might chase us too, but if we just stand here and fight, I think we're gonna get fucking killed.
I agree. We need to run.
I also agree.
So, between here and our exit point, what is the terrain? Just flat? Is it
It's
actual cityscape?
Think of it as cityscape plus you're basically on like sky bridges, like they're roads hovering in the sky.
So we could jump off and fall back to the lower portions of the city.
We could also just fly.
Yeah, well, 3 of us can fly.
Anybody
And there are
want to carry?
4 that can't. Plus, Zeb's wings froze with that stasis pod, so it's very dangerous to fly with whoever's carrying the stasis piece.
Oh, right.
So, and falling's a lot faster than flying.
Is there, from our planned exit point, is there any cover?
Not really, and the spiders are mostly around that. And you are seeing like the warning signals in the sky, which means that you will likely be tracked into the webscape.
Sure. My hope here was that we could get out of line of sight of the stasis vectors and the gun.
Fair. No, the answer is no in that case, but yes.
Okay.
I would suggest running. I would say that you are out of time to discuss this out of character.
All right. Kyle does not have any gifts in particular that are good for running, but that, especially with the scorpions on the horizon, that's the call. I'm still gonna spend a rage to dodge. I'm sorry, and I forget, how much faster is Hispo than Krynos?
Significant. It's
Significant?
Krynos, yeah.
Okay.
With Lupus being the fastest, of course.
Yeah. I don't want to lose stamina though.
Fair.
So, yep, gonna spend a rage to dodge and a rage to shift to Hispo.
Okay.
So that and leave.
All right, so shift to Hispo and leave. And so you're just gonna run down the street, or how you plan on leaving?
So on that, because Kyle is the slowest in this case, he is going to follow probably Zeb, I guess, because Zeb would. Well, I'm close to Zeb, and Zeb is very, very fast.
Usually. Not
Yeah,
this
well,
time,
yes.
Because he needs to spend Gnosis to activate that gift. I think the fastest in the group right now is William.
Oh, and actually, William is also right here now,
Yes.
doing the dance. So yeah, then that is the call. Follow
Okay.
William.
All right, Zeb.
Is Matthias still around?
Matthias is with Cora, and they're down the street.
Do my
And she's
wings
defending
work?
him. Your wings
Oh,
do
she's
work.
defending.
Yeah, she's trying to defend him. Like, that's why she's not in the combat.
Let's take free action.
Grab Mark, jump.
I'm gonna grab Kyle. I'm gonna hold my action for Kyle. Kyle, we're going to jump, and that will be my action as I'm going to grab him, and we're gonna jump off the side of the bridge or the skyway.
Okay. Perfect. Dimitri?
Well, I'm gonna go and grab Mark and run to jump off the ledge. But while I'm doing that, I'm gonna spend 2 rage to dodge and then use distractions on Heat-Seeker.
All right. Mark?
I'm gonna rinse repeat what Tyler said, and that'll probably make it easier for Dimitri to carry him, depending on which form Dimitri's carrying me in.
Dimitri's in Krynos, but Hispo's still really fucking heavy. I would probably shift to Glabro.
I will.
this case.
Okay. Yeah. I'll switch to Glabro.
Okay, so you're gonna spend a rage for that?
Yep. I'll spend a rage for that. I will spend another rage to dodge, or actually no. I'll just use my action to dodge.
There you go. All right, perfect. Spider 2 is going to spend a point of essence to activate tracking Kyle so that it can sniff him out unerringly. Spider 1 is going to use tracking Mark. Stasis Vector 2 is going to stasis Dimitri. Distraction. Stasis Vector 2 is going to stasis Mark, and he's going to stasis your rage. William.
I will go ahead and jump off the ledge with everyone else. But for my free action, I'm going to say,
Tactical retreat. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out.
Okay. Heat-Seeker's going to have some fun, and Heat-Seeker is going to body tackle Zeb off the edge before he can grab Kyle. His gun is out of commission due to too many autos in a row. And so he's also going to body... Actually, instead they will, even though you guys are dodging, Heat-Seeker will body tackle Kyle off the edge, and then spend a point of rage to body tackle Mark off the edge so that they're in free fall and you guys will have to chase them, and he will spend a point of willpower on this action. And 1 point of rage. Perfect. Alright, so let's do some body tackles. Kyle, you do get to dodge though. And he'll use the +1 on Kyle's, because Kyle's in a form with extra dodge dice. Kyle, as you try and jump out of the way, this huge metallic wolf with its many spider legs hits you like a car as you go careening off the edge, and you are in free fall, with flying cars buzzing all around you, zipping by. And now for Mark. Mark, you get to dodge.
So that would just be...
And you are prone, so it's a +2 difficulty.
Okay, +2 difficulty, so that's diff 8.
8, yep. Man, roll on the midnight oil today.
Ooh.
As you're on the ground and you just feel this wolf snout hit you, and you're just like, please don't throw me off that edge, Mr. Heat-Seeker. As you start free falling. Next is William, as you jump off the edge, yelling at everyone to get out. Cora nods, grabs Matias, and does like a backflip down, expecting to hopefully be caught by someone. And if not, her body will shield the last White Howler. Alright. Stasis Vector. So Mark, you're free falling, you might be able to shift into Glabro and soak the damage. Hopefully. What's your willpower again, Mark?
7.
Not with how I've been rolling. 6 turns, you cannot activate Raid. You are trapped in Hamid form. As you are spiraling down towards the earth, as you're like, don't worry, I can soak this in Glabro. Oh no. As the wind is buzzing by your face as you've got the view from halfway down.
Oh boy.
Next. Alright, Stacy saying Dimitri's distractions. Your distractions will not go off.
Okay.
Stasis Vectors is a bitch. Alright. Activates tracking, though the spider is now thinking it's a bit of a waste for Mark. Activates tracking on Kyle. Alright. Next is Mark, as you try and Glabro, but you are unable to. Dimitri. Mark is no longer there to grab as you leap off the edge. Would you like to spend a point of willpower to try and like do a nosedive to try and catch him early?
Yes, I would like to do that.
Spend a point of willpower and roll willpower difficulty 8, please.
Okay.
You do change it. So now I need a Dex Athletics roll to catch Mark.
Can I mulligan that?
You can.
Okay. There we go.
You catch the shit out of Mark. As you fly, you gently get your arms under him as you're just like hover handing under his back as you go, Mark, don't worry. I've got you, as you pull him into your bosom. And your wings catch air and you float as you just dodge a car that shoots directly beneath you as it's flying through the air. Next is Zeb. Zeb, same option open to you for Kyle?
Yeah. I'll spend the willpower and try to, one thing too is Spirit Ward follows Zeb. So as he falls in the air.
So you're gonna cause chaos is what you're
Absolute
saying.
mayhem. Yes, sir. No, alright, mulligan. Alright.
Yeah, change the action
changed.
as you leap and you start flying down as quickly as possible as you see this giant Hispo like, or no, Kyle's still in Krynos, I think. Yeah, this Krynos like, ugh.
Alright, Dex Athletics.
Dex Athletics.
Oh, bud. Oh!
You catch him, but now I need a strength roll due to the sheer size of Kyle right now. And the sheer muscle of Zeb.
Well,
Strength
Athletics. Yeah, I might be clinging to him versus Kyle clinging to me.
Mm-hmm. Strength Athletics, please. You get a hold, you stop as you just strain as the veins in Zeb's even Krynos neck pop as he's just holding with all of his strength. As it is now Kyle's turn.
So, gonna spend willpower. Try and change my action to... Well, if that is necessary, unless I can just change to Hamid instead.
You still have to change your action because it's the combat turn.
Alright. Spend my willpower.
You change
And right to Hamid.
right to Hamid as you feel this incredible shrinking in your hands, Zeb, and you are cradling Kyle like a babe as Cora is falling. William, would you like to?
Yes.
All right, well, you got this turn, so I need you to roll now. Dex Athletics, but it'll be diff 7 due to the distance and the amount of time that has been going on falling-wise.
Okay. Dex F.
As Cora and Matthias both shift into Glabro form. You catch them both as you do a spin. Your momentum catches you as you kind of like spin through the air before you catch yourself. Wings catch the air as you fly up briefly as a car just barely misses you as you take 2 steps on it. And you see an angry cockroach man turn and shake his fist at you going, "Watch where you're flying, you jackass!" As you are several hundred feet below the skyway, as you hear the angry metallic howl of Heat-Seeker, and spiders are starting to crawl down the buildings, including the glass scorpions. You gotta go.
We can get to the pit from here, right?
You mean the low town?
Yeah, Lowtown.
You can.
Trying to think if that's the best direction. The terminal would be the fastest way out, right?
The terminal is the fastest way out, though there are ways out via low town.
Okay. Can I make a roll to know if William knows those paths?
That would be an intelligence occult, and it'll be for everyone else diff 8 and for William diff 6 due to his glasswalker nature.
It's just not my night tonight.
All right, Zeb, you know that low town, as do you, Dimitri, that low town leads to another spiritual realm, or can lead to another spiritual realm, known as the Scar. Dimitri, you know that the Scar is basically a hellish industrial revolution age factory world, billowing smoke as workers are forced to work round the clock for massive bosses, quote unquote. Getting out of the Scar might be easier than getting out of here, only because the bosses and the robber barons of the Scar are not actively looking for you.
All right, let's
go. We'll have to go to the Scar, but it's better than here.
It's away from here. That's good enough.
As you start going down, as you see people calling, you see the vendors like, "Oh my god," as you see other spiders like going, "Where is your permit?" As they see you flying there. We need to see identification as you start shooting down. And you see a Krynos with cybernetics looking like they're stealing something. They turn, they look at you, and they've got absolute shock on their face.
Wave?
You wave, and you see her raise her paw and like tenuously wave back before she sees William, and her arm retreats.
Oh boy.
What are you doing here? I haven't gone back to the physical realm in over a month. I am not looking for trouble.
Does she look familiar?
She clearly has the markings of the cyber dogs.
That's what I thought. Okay. My instinct is to ask her if she can help get us out, but it's also Cyberdog, and I don't know if that would be something that William would do.
Well, it might trigger something in William because he sees the absolute terror in her eyes. Something he has seen before from low-ranking members of the Cyberdogs that were butchered in the Purge.
And she's in Krynos currently?
Yeah. It looks like she's stealing some stuff that got dumped from downtown.
Obviously, you have no home here or in the physical world. If you come with us, you might be able to redeem your name. Come over here. I know a way down.
As she hears the alarms and some of this clinking coming, it's like,
Oh shit, you're hot. Let's go. This way. I know a way to hide. This is my first rodeo.
We'll follow her.
As you move through and you enter this kind of weird dome-like structure with like strange, almost reflective, obsidian-like walls.
You should be safe here for a little bit. This is a room someone thought up based on some kind of sci-fi novel. Tracking gifts either don't work or they're really hard. It breaks the spirit ones, it makes the Garou ones harder.
And she goes,
Cute kid.
and as Matthias goes, "Fuck you."
Anyway, what
What brings Grows-Matrices down here?
We're helping this one here with their rite of passage.
Weird place to do it, and definitely a hardcore way of doing it. Trish, she points to herself. Trish hacks the planet.
It's good to know that we have an extra ally here.
Strong words.
Well, hopefully you can prove yourself. After the purge, what happened? I don't quite remember you.
Some of us escaped, some of us got here, right? It was just a simple sort of thing. A lot of the upper level cyberdogs that were able to escape the purge were welcomed with open arms to the Spider Lords, ones who were in the know. Some of us, though, weren't cool with that when we found out what they did to those lupus. So we're down here, and we've got a ragtag group of a couple packs trying to start a rebellion here in Cyber City. Shake things up. Oh, and she pulls out some cigarettes, lights one up, and she goes, "Oh, you?" As she hands one to Matthias, and Cora slaps it out of his hand. Oh, and their favorite dog went up with them. I heard he had a rough time of things.
Wouldn't happen to be Heat-Seeker, would it?
Would be Heat-Seeker.
Yeah, we ran into him. What's his story?
Former Red Talon, experimented on. His own Sept tried to kill him, fled, decided he wanted to save Gaia in his own way, and so tried to extend an olive branch to the Glasswalkers. Well, our tribe was in the middle of the purge, and they just saw this Garou with a bunch of cybernetic enhancements walk up, so they just figured he was a cyberdog and attacked him. Almost died, and then I hear he heard the one song, came in, and got upgraded and was given a purpose to save Gaia. Now he's a lapdog for the Spider Lords and integrated with those. He is the most sophisticated cyborg Garou ever created. Would have made the old head of the organization green with envy. I heard that they even pulled in techno mages from Australia to work on him.
We have to save him. He doesn't know what's going on.
You can see the look of confusion to disgust to anger on Trish's face, and she goes, "Yeah, sure." Didn't know what was going on.
He wasn't given enough information to make a rational choice.
Oh.
He was attacked by his own family.
Oh, yeah. No, I wouldn't know anything about that.
William,
Yes, Kyle?
I think you're preaching to the choir, bud.
Matthias kind of looks her over and goes, "Either way, thanks for saving us." "You're welcome, kid." So I guess as she's in her Hamid form now, leaning back, taking another drag, we waited out a little bit. What the fuck did you do to get Heat-Seeker so pissed off? He's almost always in Uptown, and I know normal Glasswalkers ain't allowed up there. Fuck, I'm not even allowed in downtown because I'm one of the dregs.
Well, we won't bore you with the details, but we did sneak into Uptown.
Ballsy as she gives a big puff of smoke. What, was the kid's rite of passage to, like, lick the nuts of a Spider Lord or something? Glasswalkers are getting desperate to get back in their good graces, huh, William?
It's not the case.
She flicks the cigarette. Anyway, I hate the Spider Lords more than I hate you, so you got that going on for you. At least I get your motives. Pulls out another cigarette as she flicks the other, after she flicked the other one, lights it up.
It's, I don't know if I have the words for how, brave, impressive it is. What you're doing now, I mean.
Well, thank you. We try. We had a new philosophy and everything. Pretty nice, actually. It was what I hoped the Cyberdogs would be when I first joined when I was a little pup. Turns out there were big piles of shit, too. Anyway. Help. Yes? Nothing. At least I can help you get out of here. Best I can. I know how to get to parts of Lowtown. Get you out of the cyber realm, at least. Beyond that, you're on your own, though.
That's fine. Once we're out of the cyber realm, we can make our way to where we need to be next.
What's your deal with Heat-Seeker, though? You seem to have some thoughts about him.
In truth, he's my rank challenge.
Shit. To fight him, or? No, you said he had to be saved, huh?
Yep. Which is probably not just a challenge to save him, but also a challenge for me to look back on my actions.
Well, Heat-Seeker is a pretty tenacious dog. We leave this, being a former Red Talon, he's a dangerous Arun. You know why he's a dangerous Arun?
I can make a couple guesses, but I'll let you tell me.
Red Talons, which he was one, can use Pulse of the Prey. And he was rank 2 when he was taken.
Do you know what his old name was?
Heard different things. I think it was like Hunts for Gaia or something like that. That's right. I think their name was Stalks the Forest. We had to piece together some records after the purge.
Could I spend a point of gnosis to use perfect recall and see if I remember any stories about Stalks the Forest?
You can.
Okay. Alright, I'll go ahead and spend that gnosis.
Alright. Yes, you'd had heard a story. Back over at old Winterfang, there were some tales of in the German Black Forest, there was a Red Talon known as Stalks the Forest. They were particularly cruel, or not cruel, but efficient at keeping humans out of their section of the forest. They apparently had some ties with the Margrave, and were going to head to Eastern European as per an agreement. On that way to Eastern Europe, it's likely that he was taken because none of the tales talk about him getting there. And you do recall one story saying that he disappeared in the venture, possibly being killed by humans due to being too enthusiastic in his duties to Griffin.
Dimitri's going to relay that information as he speaks up and says, I remember hearing stories of Stalks the Forest. He was going to make his way to Eastern Europe to support the Margrave, but he never made it to his destination. I remember they said that he was very efficient and tenacious in his duties.
Which means we probably don't have much time.
And less time by the second if these domes only make Garou gifts harder to use.
And he obviously knows me.
Yeah, well, those who participated and made a name for themselves, especially going from Cleoth to Fostern on the Purge, are a bit infamous around here.
I guess not infamous enough that I don't have a wanted poster.
Yeah, Cleoth to Fostern. Spider Lords don't care. You're not the ones orchestrating it. But we do care for all of us you killed. We respect you for killing the ones in the know, and we revile you for the ones who weren't in the know on the experiments.
If he's going to chase you until he kills you, that could, we can at least get him out of here. In some place maybe more to our choosing. Trying to reason with him here, so close to the machine, it just won't work.
Well, if we continue on our way to Flux, maybe we'll be far enough away from the reaches of the Weaver that we can disconnect his connection.
It could remake him and heal him.
We'll still have to go through, what is it you said, Dimitri, the scar?
The scar, yes.
Perhaps there we might be successful with his conversion, but Flux does give us a better chance.
Think of the scar. Trish speaks up, taking a deep breath and drag, as a mix of the worst of the Weaver and moderate terrible of the Worm. Pretty bad up there. You know, child labor in the old factory days, kids making stitching because they got them little hands. You know, it's like today, but in, what we consider wealthy countries now.
You said you have another way out?
Scar is the one I was going to suggest. Scar is easier than here. We could maybe try and get you onto a tram into the penumbra, but that's going to lead you either to a massive lab and get you trapped in the Umbra with a bunch of Weaver spirits who are going to get signals from this realm, or to a sept that's going to catch some heat if they have any positive relations with the cyber realm still.
Scar it is.
Alright, let's get some rest for the night, okay?
Anyone spare a mother's touch before we rest? Doesn't have to be out of character, doesn't have to be anybody from Pet, could be anybody here with mother's touch.
She does not. She is Ragabausch.
I will mother touch you.
Okay. Free rage.
You're fully healed.
More than enough. Thank you so much, sir.
As you heal up and you guys all look at Mark as he's like, thank you so much. I feel so much better as he's got this massive, horrible, disfiguring scar across his face. Your appearance is one less because of this scar.
Awesome.
And I'm going to use Strength of Purpose.
Okay. Alright. Wow, you got 2 willpower back. So you guys rest. You all share a similar dream. You hear Snow going, shh, shh, it's okay. It's okay, as you hear a small Metis child screaming, crying. It's okay, as an eerie red gloom surrounds you, and you see this terrifying, massive leech rise up over the jungles of some far-off continent as its serrated mouth opens and blood is leached from the land and the people as you see people throw up their hands and shrivel before it. It's okay. It's okay. Before there is a flash of light, a great storm, the howling of the damned, before you see a man step forward and throw his hand forward, and you see that the rays of the sun burn the flesh of Garou, mage, and leech alike. And then you awaken.
It is awakenness. Mark wants to do an intelligence occult roll to figure out what the hell he just dreamed.
That would be intelligence enigmas, actually.
Still perfect,
Dream?
'cause I think. Yeah, dream definitely
interpretation.
enigma. So would that be more wits enigmas?
Well, yeah, we'll do wits enigmas.
Right, awesome. There we go.
Beyond what you know, the leech is likely symbolic of a vampire. But beyond that, the storm, that means only tangentially related. You remember hearing about storms before in the past, but it's not coming directly to mind. Then you've already heard theories about snow and a baby, and the red light may be this eye that Zeb keeps talking about.
I will consult Zeb on my dream.
The end is upon us, brother. The vampires will devour themselves, the great wet eye will open, the Garou will assemble in the battlegrounds, and fight the worm, wherever it dwells, whenever it breeds, to the end. Time for us to choose very wisely.
Thank you, Speaks with Whispers. Sweet Whispers. It's just an odd dream to have in such a place.
I fear something is going to happen soon, for all of us to experience the same thing.
Matthias yawns, stretches, and goes, I've been having dreams about that red glow now for 6 months.
There is a group of my people that believes it represents the eye of the worm opening. There was another among us that some labeled mad is probably the wrong word. I have no doubt it's deeply connected to you, Matthias. It affects everyone differently, but significant certainly for what you're about and what you're undertaking. Do you have the same dream every night?
He shakes his head, not every night, but close to at this point. They become more and more frequent. It was like, first month it was just once, second month it happened twice, and then it happened 4 times, 5 times, and now it's happening 3 times a week.
Seems the frequency of it increases as the further along you go on your journey. And perhaps it is increasing since you're on your right now.
I don't envy your solemn obligation. Something else occurred to me, and Zeb will look over kind of the two glass walkers, or at least the Cyberdog and William. Wasn't the machine one of your myths?
Seems pretty fucking real today, doesn't it?
Sure does.
And
In a word.
She's smoking, and she goes, oh, I'm sorry, breakfast, as she pops out the pack and slips out some cigarettes.
Yeah, I'll take a smoke.
No, thanks.
Oh, well, sure. Don't worry, I got you for the main course. Coffee, and I stole some bagels. A little old, but, you know, you got a bone gnar. You can make it work. Usually I just eat around the mold.
I can scrape off the mold and make something out of it.
I'll
Fair
stick
enough.
with the coffee.
All right. As she, once again, tries for Matias, and Cora slaps the cigarette out of Matias's hand. Well, I guess we should start heading out. We're going to this. Let's get to this. We'll try and get to the Scar. Might take a couple days traveling. It depends. All that spiritual shit, right? All right. If I could get from our 2 Thurges and 1 Glasswalker, and actually our Bonar too. So Thurges, diff 8, Glasswalker, diff 6, Bonar, diff 7. Intelligence occult for any info on the Scar.
Div 8 for the Thurges, you said?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So we'll go from the least amount of info to the most amount of info. So Dimitri and Zeb, you know that the Scar is, as explained, an industrial hellscape. All difficulty for sight-based perception due to the amount of smog is increased by 1. And all perception rolls dealing with smell are increased by 3. William, you know that the gauntlet around the Scar is diff 9, so to escape the Scar, you will need to succeed a diff 9 Gnosis roll. On a botch, you will alert all the local Weaver spirits who will attempt to calcify you and keep you trapped within the Scar. And then, Mark, the additional 2 pieces of info you have is apathy and despair always increases in the Scar due to the very nature of this place. And so the difficulty of all rage rolls is increased by 3, and all primal urge difficulties are raised by 3. This includes shape changing due to the fact that you will all begin to feel apathetic and hopeless because it permeates this realm just as deeply as the smog. Finally, you also know is that spirits that are trapped in the Scar have almost no gnosis or essence, and they are barely kept alive, regaining just enough to be at starvation level, as predatory banes will feast on them, and their bosses will drip feed them essence to keep them alive while they work in their factory to produce juice. It is rumored that some shapeshifters are captured and enslaved this way as well, as Matias goes. And I guess that's the safer option? I guess it is, given all those spirits up there.
Our best advantage will be surprise and stealth there.
Sure.
And a steeled faith.
Fucking stealed something. Let's go. Oh, right. Here's your coffee. As the coffee is slightly gelatinous from the sheer amount of, grounds in it. Drink up. Caffeine's good for you.
I'm a Garou of my word.
I missed that. Did she hand some to Matias?
No. He didn't ask for any.
Okay.
No. Bagels for a growing cub. Here, this one has the least amount of mold on it.
You can pick through that.
He's like, thanks. Alright, let's go. Get out of the noosphere. Opens the door. Alright, Heat-Seeker's gonna be on us, so let's go.
Are you sure you want to join us?
I'm not going to the Scar with you. I'm just dropping you off at an exit. What I do want is payment in return.
What do you want?
Tell the other Glasswalkers that we've shattered our old feelings and we're building something new. Cyberdogs stand for technology smashing hierarchy and social order. We bring the wild with technology because we shake the foundations of the so-called stagnant social order, and we could really use some help in starting a fucking riot in downtown, and we could really use them growing some balls and helping us out and swallowing the fact that they did some of us dirty. I don't expect all of them to listen, but I expect some will.
I can do that.
Great. Let's go. You guys bring some high boots? No. Great. I would suggest walking in Krynos so that you don't get sludge in your shoes.
Advice taken. And
as you all shift and you start moving through, as you do notice that you all start having a faint glow of moonlight about you.
Ah, shit, he's coming. Let's go. Faster. Let's go. Go.
As you start moving, ducking, and weaving, as you see technology spirits like of old steampunk design discarded from the dreams of humanity going, "Take me with you. I'm still useful." As its body is collapsing, you see ancient technology breaking, collapsing, planned obsolescent mobile phones screaming and writhing, their faces cracked as they almost sound like the cawing of children. As you move through, weave through, as you finally hear the cybernetic howl of Heat-Seeker before you finally get to a tunnel, and she's like,
Down that way. That'll take you. I ain't holding him off, so he'll be on you quick, but he'll be alone. Most of the high levels don't come scrapping down here.
Good luck.
Right before she leaves, Kyle is going to hand her a Gaia's breath.
Thank you. You too. Thanks. I do appreciate it. Sorry if I was a little snippy. Shit is, tense down here.
I'm rooting for you. We'll get the word out.
Oh, fuck,
Good
man.
luck.
I'm rooting for you all too. Good luck. And if that psychopath follows you, that's just one more flea off my back.
as you start going down the dreary sewage-like tunnel. So it's very Shawshank Redemption as you're crawling through pipelines of shit.
I was going to say Escape from New York.
And splattered like essence and gnosis of dead spirits that tried to crawl out of the scar into the cyber realm, as Lowtown is preferable to them than the chaotic and horrid realm of the scar. As your noses fill with the acrid smell of smoke, it gets hard to breathe. It almost feels claustrophobic before you land out into an almost industrial Victorian-like street. Buildings of brick covered in soot. The acrid smoke filling this place like a fog, and the gas lamps creating little glows that give off halos. And in the distance, you see the great smokestacks bellowing. Welcome to the Scar, and we will find out how you proceed next time. Thank you to everyone who listened. We'll catch you in our next episode. Bye.
Bye.
See you then.
Bye.